So I'm buying a unit block at the moment. I've signed a contract for 10 units in Perth, which is a land size of about 1,100 square meters, but some developers built this block of units 5 years ago. It's in between the city and the airport, so it's like literally 8 kilometers to the city and 5 minutes to the airport. Only about 4 or 5 years old. It's got basically 2 massive townhouses at the front, which are like 3 bed, 2 bath, 1 car, and then a row of like 8 units at the back. But it's also got like 2 common areas which you can convert into 2 other units. Like I'm buying that at the moment for 4.12 million, but it's got a commercial lease on it at the moment, so it'll be negative. Like it's rented out to like a holiday let Airbnb. It's rented out to basically, they're using it basically as like a motel. But it's only 4 years old, like it's very fresh. This thing I reckon is probably worth 4.85 million and I'm buying it for 4.1. So I believe there's about probably 800K under what it's worth, under market value. The current owner, I believe they built it at the wrong time and now the interest rates have gone up and they locked in a lease until, light's gone off, oh well. It doesn't matter, the power's gone out. They've locked in a lease until April 2026. So this thing is 4.1 million, but it's only rented for like 210,000 per year. So the yield on that's pretty shit. It's like 4.85%. And that to me, I believe has put a lot of other like competition off that would normally buy it. So the less buyers there is, the better the deal. So I see massive value in this, but the downside is I've got to hold it for the next 2 years at a negative cash flow. So I'm gonna probably be like losing, I don't know, 6-7 grand a month on holding this property, probably more, probably close to 10 grand a month. Lights are back on, for the next 2 years. But after the lease finishes in April 2026, I can rent them out normally and I'm not renting it then to this commercial, like this business who's Airbnb-ing them. So this person who runs a business basically rented the entire block of 10 and the other 2 rooms, which is basically 12 properties, and they're renting it out for 210, but then they're, Airbnb-ing it, trying to make, 350,000 a year, and they're pocketing the 150K in the middle as an example, right? The previous owner, I believe, has really kind of shot themselves in the foot because they've rented it out for such a long period of time. During that period of time that they rented it out for, the interest rates went up. So the interest rates like more than tripled, and they've locked it in on a fixed lease for a long period of time. So they can't, they're only increasing it by CPI like 3% per year, which is very minimal. So I believe the seller's in a sticky situation. That's why I'm able to get it at a really good discounted price. To rebuild this block of units and the 2 townhouses probably cost 4.5 million just in building costs. Then to buy the land would probably be about 1.5 million. So to replace it, it's probably going to be about 6.5 million to replace that type of property in that area with the land and the labor and the construction costs included. So like I'm buying it for 4.1, it's probably 6.5 to replace. I'm buying it probably 2.5 million under the replacement value. Would I buy that when I was starting off? No, I would not buy that if I was starting off because it takes a significant amount of cash to buy a property like that. Holding it as a negative carry for the next 2 years at only getting 210K per year. Yes, I'll get like CPI like increases. After 2026, when I rent them out normally, and when I convert the other 2 to other units, then it'll be like 420,000 income per year. So then it'll be like 9-10% return based off the actual purchase price. And I've already got these are 10 units that are individually valued by a bank. I've already got them valued, like I'm buying them for 4.12. I've already got bank valuations. These are desktop valuations because they're on 10 individual titles. I've got these desktop valuations up to about 4.8. So like I already know a bank will value them at 4.8 and I'm buying them for 4.12. So I already know that I'm making just by trying to buy them. But do I have finance approved? No, I don't have finance approved yet. And I'm hoping that I can get finance approved for it over the next couple of weeks. I'm sure I will. I'll find a way to do it. That's how I always have bought property. I commit first and figure the rest out later. If anything were to happen, I've always got a finance clause anyway. But that's one of the bigger ones I'm trying to buy. I'm trying to move into trying to buy blocks of units and bigger purchases. I've also bought the recent cheap one that I was telling you about before that I'm signing now, which was only 275K. So if you're starting off now and you're watching this video, you don't feel like, you can't get ahead because you're not buying a $4 million property or $7 million property like this property that I'm sitting in now is, that I've also bought for almost 7 million. I'm still buying a property for 275 right now. And a person starting out, a property for 275 right now is like, if you were to do a 10% deposit on 275, then that's only 27,500 that you need. You can also do a 5% deposit, so that would be less than 14,000 to buy this property here. So $14,000 for a 5% deposit plus stamp duty, legal fees, you're into for probably like 20 grand. If you were to buy it, find it yourself and do all the work, of course. But you can do that. And so you can get started with a cheap property. That's what I did, and then I just build up, you know, got bigger and bigger and bigger and built my portfolio, kept going, kept trying to learn as I went along. So yeah, you can start off small as well.